From bankruptcies to lawsuits, embarrassing marketing flops, declining foot traffic, and just plain bad management, these 10 stores have hit rock bottom. Retail in 2025 is a savage game. If you're not evolving, you're dying. And these brands, they couldn't keep up. So whether you're a nostalgic shopper, a curious investor, or just here for the drama, this list will not disappoint. Grab a snack, sit back, and let's count down the 10 retail giants that are calling it quits. 1. Macy's. One of America's most iconic department stores is undergoing major changes as it tries to reinvent itself for the modern retail landscape. While the brand is not disappearing entirely, it is significantly reducing its presence across the country. As part of its Bold New Chapter initiative, Macy's announced it will be closing approximately 150 underperforming locations by 2025, including 66 confirmed closures in early 2025. The company says it is shifting focus towards smaller, high-traffic stores and boosting its e-commerce operations to align with how consumers actually shop today. But store closures aren't the only headlines Macy's has made recently. In late 2024, an internal investigation uncovered a massive accounting irregularity. One employee had concealed approximately $151 million in delivery-related expenses over nearly 3 years. Macy's responded by announcing plans to claw back over $600,000 in bonuses from senior leadership, a move meant to restore some public trust. Labor issues have also plagued the company. In 2024, Macy's was found to have violated federal labor laws when it locked out unionized workers who had ended a strike and attempted to return to work. The National Labor Relations Board ruled against the company, ordering it to reinstate those employees and provide back pay for wages lost during the illegal lockout. The headlines grew even darker in December 2023 when a security guard at Macy's Philadelphia store was tragically stabbed to death while trying to detain a shoplifter. The victim's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit accusing Macy's of failing to provide adequate safety measures for its staff. The incident sparked widespread discussions about retail safety and the growing risks faced by frontline workers in stores nationwide. And if that wasn't enough pressure, Macy's also lowered its profit forecast for 2025, citing the impact of tariffs and weakening consumer spending. Executives said they would implement selective price increases and renegotiate supplier contracts in an attempt to offset these financial pressures. So while Macy's isn't going away completely, the version many Americans grew up with, the massive department store with something for everyone, is quickly fading. The company's future now depends on whether it can successfully scale down, modernize, and leave its recent controversies behind. 2. Family Dollar. Family Dollar, a long-standing discount retailer, is undergoing significant changes as it navigates a challenging retail landscape. In 2025, the company announced plans to close approximately 1,000 underperforming stores. This decision follows the closure of about 600 locations in 2024 as part of a broader strategy to optimize operations and improve profitability. A major factor contributing to these closures was a severe rodent infestation at a distribution center in West Memphis, Arkansas. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, discovered unsanitary conditions, including live and dead rodents, leading to the contamination of food, cosmetics, and medical products distributed to over 400 stores across 6 states. In response, Family Dollar pleaded guilty to federal charges and agreed to pay a $41.675 million fine, the largest criminal penalty in a food safety case to date. In addition to the federal case, Family Dollar faced multiple lawsuits alleging the sale of contaminated products. A class action lawsuit filed in Florida claimed that the company knowingly sold tainted items, including over-the-counter medications and personal care products, despite being aware of the unsanitary conditions at its warehouse. The lawsuit seeks compensatory and punitive damages for affected customers. Further legal troubles emerged in 2025 when Family Dollar agreed to an $800,000 settlement in a class action lawsuit over misleading labeling on its ground coffee products. The lawsuit alleged that the company overstated the number of servings per container, leading consumers to believe they were purchasing more product than they actually received. Amid these challenges, Family Dollar's parent company, Dollar Tree, decided to divest the brand. In March 2025, Dollar Tree announced the sale of Family Dollar to private equity firms Brigade Capital Management and Macellum Capital Management for $1 billion. This move aims to allow Dollar Tree to focus on its core operations while providing Family Dollar with an opportunity to restructure under new ownerships. 3. JCPenney, a long-standing presence in American malls, continues to face significant challenges as it restructures its operations. In mid-2025, the retailer announced the closure of 8 additional stores, including locations at Westfield Annapolis Mall, Pine Ridge Mall, West Ridge Mall, Fox Run Mall, Asheville Mall, Charleston Town Center, the shops at Tanforan, and the shops at Northfield. These closures are part of a broader strategy to address persistent financial difficulties and adapt to changing consumer preferences. Beyond store closures, JCPenney has faced legal scrutiny over its pricing practices. In 2024, a class action lawsuit was filed alleging that the company used fake original prices on its website to create the illusion of significant discounts, thereby misleading consumers. The plaintiffs claim that this practice violates California's false advertising law. Additionally, JCPenney has been involved in legal disputes with mall owners. At the Shenango Valley Mall in Pennsylvania, the company faced eviction proceedings initiated by the mall's new owners, leading to the store's closure. In an effort to revitalize its brand, JCPenney merged with Spark Group in January 2025 to form Catalyst Brands. This new entity aims to strengthen the company's market position by leveraging a portfolio of legacy retail brands. But it doesn't seem to be going pretty well. For Best Buy, the largest electronics retailer in the US, is continuing its strategic downsizing in 2025. Following the closure of 24 stores in 2024, the company announced plans to shutter an additional 10 to 15 locations this year. The decision to close stores is influenced by multiple factors, including declining foot traffic, inflation, and supply chain challenges. Best Buy's CEO, Corey Barry, emphasized the need to balance the company's workforce with consumer interests, noting that the closures are part of a strategy to streamline operations and focus on more profitable locations. In addition to store closures, Best Buy is exploring new retail formats to better serve customers. The company is testing smaller format stores in select markets and has partnered with Bell Canada to open 167 Best Buy Express locations across Canada. These smaller stores aim to provide a curated selection of tech products and services, catering to changing consumer preferences. Despite these efforts, Best Buy faces ongoing challenges, including a 3% revenue decline in the latest fiscal quarter. The company continues to adapt its business model to remain competitive in the evolving retail landscape. 5. Rite Aid. Once a prominent pharmacy chain, it is undergoing significant restructuring after filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy for the second time in May 2025. The company plans to close over 360 of its approximately 1,277 US locations, aiming to wind down operations and sell assets, including prescription files, to competitors like CVS, Walgreens, Albertsons, and Kroger. A notable development is the sale of pharmacy assets from over 1,000 stores to rival chains. CVS emerged as the largest buyer, acquiring 625 Rite Aid pharmacies across 15 states and 64 additional stores in the Pacific Northwest. Rite Aid's financial struggles are compounded by legal challenges, including a $6.8 million settlement over a data breach in June 2024 that compromised the personal information of approximately 2.2 million customers. Additionally, the company faces lawsuits related to its role in the opioid crisis. In March 2023, the US government sued Rite Aid for allegedly filling unlawful prescriptions for controlled substances, violating the Controlled Substances Act and the False Claims Act. 6. CVS Health is confronting multiple legal and operational challenges in 2025. In May, attorneys general from Connecticut, Indiana, Oklahoma, and Massachusetts filed a lawsuit against CVS, alleging the company submitted false and fraudulent claims to state Medicaid programs by not reporting the lowest available prices for prescription drugs. Furthermore, CVS is involved in a legal battle in Arkansas, where the state enacted a law prohibiting pharmacy benefit managers, PBMs, from owning or operating pharmacies. CVS, which owns PBM CVS Caremark, filed a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of the law, arguing it imposes undue restrictions. Operationally, CVS is executing a 3-year plan to shut down 900 locations, having closed 851 thus far. The company aims to reposition its retail footprint and shift towards smaller format health-focused stores. Additionally, CVS faces a federal lawsuit alleging the company knowingly dispensed controlled substances in violation of the Controlled Substances Act and the False Claims Act, contributing to the opioid crisis. 7. Walgreens. Walgreens is undergoing significant changes as it navigates a challenging retail environment. The company announced plans to close approximately 1,200 underperforming stores across the US over the next 3 years, with 500 closures expected by the end of 2025. These closures are part of a broader $1 billion cost-cutting initiative aimed at improving profitability and stabilizing its retail pharmacy business. In addition to store closures, Walgreens has faced financial challenges. The company reported a $3 billion loss for the fiscal year, up from $180 million the previous year. Factors contributing to these losses include declining prescription reimbursements, high theft rates, increased operational costs, and competition from online retailers. To address these issues, Walgreens is focusing on optimizing its store footprint, reducing operating costs, and improving cash flow. The company is also exploring creative solutions to address inventory shrinkage caused by theft. 8. Jo-Ann Fabrics. Jo-Ann Fabrics, once the sanctuary of crafters, DIYers, and your grandma's quilting club, is shutting down operations across the US by the end of 2025. The brand had a major moment in 2020. When the pandemic hit, everyone was stuck at home learning how to sew, knit, and embroider. Jo-Ann cashed in, but the boom didn't last. As life returned to normal, so did spending habits, and people stopped buying fabric in bulk to make face masks. To make things worse, Jo-Ann's physical stores became money pits. Big locations, low foot traffic, and rising rent costs meant profits were bleeding out. Their online platform was clunky and slow, and competitors like Hobby Lobby and Michaels offered better digital experiences and bulk discounts. In 2024, a whistleblower leaked that Jo-Ann was destroying tens of millions of dollars worth of unsold inventory every quarter. Perfectly good fabric dumped rather than donated. The backlash was swift, especially from eco-conscious consumers. The company tried to restructure, laying off hundreds and shifting focus online, but it was too little. Too late. By 2025, all remaining Jo-Ann stores will close, bringing an end to one of America's last big craft retailers. 9. Foot Locker. Not every Foot Locker is closing, but enough are shutting down to make it clear. The sneaker empire is wobbling. In 2025, the company confirmed it would shut down nearly 400 underperforming stores, mainly those in dying malls or areas with poor sales metrics. The culprit? A mix of shifting consumer habits and bad partnerships. Nike, one of Foot Locker's biggest product suppliers, began pulling back from third-party retail in favor of its own direct-to-consumer channels. That hit Foot Locker hard. Add to that the fact that Gen Z prefers buying shoes online, and suddenly paying $180 for sneakers in a mall didn't feel so cool. A few locations were accused of selling used or returned shoes as new. Lawsuits followed in early 2024. Even though Foot Locker denied wrongdoing, the damage to its reputation was done. They've announced plans to focus on premium power stores and scale back the old school locations that just don't perform. So no, Foot Locker isn't dead, but it's definitely downsizing fast. 10. Sears. We've been saying it for years, but this time it's real. Sears is finally shutting down completely by end of 2025. Once America's retail titan, Sears was the place for tools, appliances, suits, even entire houses from a catalog. But over the last 20 years, it became a tragic case study in corporate mismanagement. Private equity firm ESL Investments bought the company in the 2010s and spent more time selling off its assets than fixing its business. By 2023, fewer than 20 Sears stores remained. Their last attempt at revival? Launching Sears Home and Life locations in select cities. No one noticed. In late 2024, Sears was hit with a class action lawsuit from former employees who hadn't received pension payouts or severance. The courts ruled in favor of the employees, forcing Sears to cough up millions it didn't have. The company quietly began closing the last of its locations in early 2025, and now it's official. After 132 years, the last Sears stores will close by the end of 2025. So if you still have a Craftsman wrench from 1998, hold on to it. It's now a collector's item. And that wraps it up. 10 retail stores that are shutting down by the end of 2025. If any of your favorites made this list, maybe stop by one last time before they're gone. You never know, you might score a decent clearance deal on the way out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.